नमस्कार, वेक अप एंड शाइन यूट्यूब चैनल पर विजय विक्रम सिंह के साथ हैं आप। और आज जो गेस्ट हमारे साथ हैं, ओह माय गॉड, आई कांट टेल यू हाउ एक्साइटेड आई एम टू बी टॉकिंग टू हिम। आई वोंट टॉक मच अबाउट हिम बिकॉज़ सब जानते हैं, सारी दुनिया उनको जानती है। हमारे साथ हैं टेरेंस लुइस, none other than Terence Lewis. Terence, it's such a pleasure.
Thank you, Vikram ji. Thank you so much. आपने बहुत प्यार से स्वागत किया, उसके लिए thank you very much.
I had heard, and I think it's true, that you had enrolled yourself for an acting class as well. How much was it to do with exploring acting as a craft, or was it to do more with, through acting probably enhance the dance skills? जैसे मैंने किया था, मैंने थिएटर वर्कशॉप्स करी। उसके पीछे कारण ये था कि मैं चाहता था कि मेरी आवाज और मेरी अदायगी और अच्छी हो। ये बात अलग है कि उनसे इवेंचुअली मैं अब कैमरे के सामने काम करने लगा हूँ फैमिली मैन के जरिए, लेकिन वो कोशिश ये थी। So what's your take on that?
So see, I'll be very honest कि जब डांस के बाद मुझे काफी सक्सेस मिला and a lot of people were going on my looks, on my hairstyle, my fashion sense. So a lot of people said कि आपको फिल्मों में काम करना चाहिए, but I was never in that zone. I loved theater for theater. I was never into this. I never connected with that hero story any which ways. And for me, I felt कि यार ये फिल्में, my kind of films are being made now.
Okay.
Like what Ayushmann Khurrana is doing, those are my kind of films. Like I would see myself in those films. I would not see myself in the superhero entertainer roles. And those larger than life has never connected with me because I outgrew that since I was 10. I was already on to certain amazing films that I was watching accidentally. Okay. And I got hooked on to some very amazing Indian cinema, films, which were very theatrical, very from, let's say, I was watching Pather Panchali and it blew me away when I was only 12 or 13.
My God.
So I'd seen Shyam Benegal's films. I'd seen, again, a lot of, and by the time I went to college, I had the habit of watching DVDs. I used to watch a lot of cassettes and DVDs, foreign films, plus Indian films. So, I stopped watching because I realized that, these superhero and films are very, very sweet and childish. And it's okay when you're 10 or 12. But as you outgrow them, it becomes too predictable. So when I was seeing what kind of films in the 90s or 2000, where I grew up as an adult, when I was getting into the, choosing what line I should take, dance or theater, I realized that films were not my space any which ways. Plus I had no godfather and nobody to guide me. And Mulla ki daud mujhe paisa chahiye abhi because I want to pay for my college fees and I want to pay for my comfortable lifestyle. So मैं मेहनत करने लगा. In the form 15 I was started to teach education also, math, science, English, and then I started teaching dance. I think when I was 17 and a half or 18. Yeah, I think I was 18 when I got my first break to go house to house through a friend's sister. So I was very clear ki I did theater. I enjoyed theater in school, college. I was the chosen person to do that because I was very interested in acting, and I also thought I was enjoying it, and I also had dreams that one day I'll also be. But once I started seeing films, once I started appreciating, I realized that I'm the wrong to do less and still more. And I found a great confidant in two people. One is Neeraj Kabi, who is an acclaimed actor, and I did a personal workshop with him one-on-one because I realized that many of these acting workshops which happen in groups, you don't get a chance to practice with the teacher, and you need like a one-on-one coach. So I had heard of many people who had learned one-on-one even in Hollywood. How they had learned with a lot of great, coaches in acting. And I said, I don't want to go to Hollywood. I'll pick up somebody from here. And finally, through certain resources, I found Neeraj Kabi. I spoke to him. I found his vibe amazing. Yeah. And he agreed to teach me and coach me. And there were a lot of intricacies of acting, which I had a lot of questions about certain scenes, which I have not experienced in my life. Okay. So I was like, I had written those scenes. I said, how do I approach these scenes with authenticity? Because how do I relate to this scene which I've written for myself, which I have not experienced, but I've written it for the character. So I wanted to understand. So he gave me some tools. So it was very beneficial. And I worked with a little bit with Saurabh, which was also your friend. And I did these workshops and it really helped me. And I always feel कि अगर आप मैदान में उतर ही रहे हो, then you need to be well prepared.
Absolutely.
कि किसी को मौका मत दो कि point करने का, अरे यार ये तो अपनी fame की वजह से ना निकल पड़ रहा है, film कर रहा है. They should look at you and say कि यार हमने तो उसको judge के role में देखा था, but he's really good at this too. I mean, dancing, it's of course a dance film, so there's no doubt they will see me dance and they'll probably appreciate it, and I'll work hard. That's not a point. That point I don't need to prove, but as an actor, I still need to prove myself. As an actor, I'm still zero, no, in people's opinion. I have to build my equity as an actor, and therefore I don't want to start on the wrong foot. I don't want to come unprepared. I want to be thorough, and therefore I did that. And I also shot my trailer for the film, so I could get a producer on board. But unfortunately, now we have this lockdown, and we know that films are going to be a big problem. So we probably have to kind of find other ways of, making this film. So that's the reason why. It's a long story that I've taken so much of time to explain this, but it's so important. I'm saying this first time to anybody. Thank you for asking this question. So that's why I did this, because I feel जब भी तुम मैदान में उतरते हो, क्योंकि हम जैसे लोगों को सिर्फ एक मौका मिलेगा. We don't have any daddy. Even though I'm from the industry, people will give me a chance as a judge and as a dancer, but as an actor, they'll give me this one and final chance. And if I don't prove myself,
I'll just add to it. People will just give you one chance, and also they will be
highly critical.
Highly critical कि वो बैठे होंगे आपको नीचे खींचने के लिए. ये तो कोरियोग्राफर है, कैसे आ गए? ये कैसे आ गए?
और इसको क्या चूल पड़ी है, ये भी करने की. People say this, ना, अभी इसको ये क्या चूल, हमारे पास तो एक talent है, इसके पास तो और. So people are going to, be one thing, because people are struggling with one. And I understand it. It's a natural human tendency. Even I could possibly do that. I catch myself in time and say, stop, don't do this. Don't bring somebody's down. Somebody is doing a good job, appreciate. But that's a different, not everybody will think like that. I'm just saying that there are enough people, and they are right to say so. They can feel anything. At the end of the day, Janta is king. They are right to do whatever they want. But you have to be so good. In fact, it is easier if you're a nobody to make your mistakes. Nobody will point a finger at you. You can slowly be at the background, slowly get your experience, learn, watch, do everything, become pakka, and then make your first entry. It's better. See, even in dancing, that's how it happened with me. It's like nobody noticed what I was doing, what mistakes I was doing. But nobody was there to criticize me also. Had I to say, I am the best, I am so fantastic, mujhe dekho, then I would have been in trouble. But because nobody knew me, it was easy. So there are some pluses and minuses of everything. So there are these situations. So one has to look at the situation, examine it, understand what are the pros and cons, and then be ready for it. So I was just getting myself ready for it. That's all.
Well, that's brilliant. And you mentioned about Neeraj. Saurabh, of course, is a dear friend. I know Saurabh for many years. Neeraj I've come to know through social media very recently, and we were supposed to meet. In fact, a couple of times we decided and it got postponed, and now it's just got postponed to.
I would recommend anybody who wants to be an actor to do the workshop with him one-on-one. If you have the money, because it's expensive.
I'm sure.
And if you don't have the money, you can do the group workshop. He does it with 40 people. But trust me, the tools he gives you, and if you practice it. Don't just get the tools. Everybody, he gives you the tools, but if you don't practice on those tools, if you don't practice, like for example, in dance, we say, you have to practice. Same way as an actor, you got to practice your lines.
Right.
And you have to go practice in different tones, in different pitches, different moves. If you don't do that, and if it's not in your tongue, if it's not there in your, it has to flow. Like right now, my conversations are easy because I know this has been a conversation that's already in my head played.
True.
So the same way, you need to have that as a character. The character will have a certain vocabulary. The dialogue will be written in a certain way. It needs to flow so effortlessly that you're not thinking about it, that you're just tapping into the emotion of the character and just going. So there are many like that. He has given me so many things to work and so many exercises and so many tools. Just like how in dance, when somebody comes to me to learn dance, I have broken it down. Like I have done like the thesis on how to teach somebody who's an absolute beginner how to learn dance. The same way Neeraj has broken it down into such detailed steps, which I have not got in other people's, workshops, or, I've seen in other people's. It's just by the by, and they tell you, okay, pick up a script and now just improvise and do, and we will give you feedback. But, that's a very, very trial and error method. But there is another method which is very detailed. There's a science to it, and you have to understand the craft, and it comes, and I'm sure certain people do it. But with Neeraj, I found that complete sense of mastery over certain things, and I loved it. And plus, he traverses two genres, theater and films.
Yeah.
So, it gives you that both combination. Yeah.
True. You talked about tools, and you talked about mastering the art. I have had the opportunity of working with a lot of actors for their voices. I do voice workshops with them. And I've met two different set of actors. One set of actors are who are like dying to put in that extra effort to add dimensions to their skills. And there would be a very small section, but there exists that small section which would say कि सर ये कुछ ऐसा बता दिए कि हफ्ते भर में आवाज अच्छी हो जाए सर. So your take on, and I'm not only talking about artists, actors, I'm talking about artists in general. Your take on how important it is for artists to keep working on the craft, the importance of putting in that effort.
I think, even I was in that track, mujhe apni na, I need to talk like this, I need to have a bass voice, I need to have and I'm glad that Neeraj Kavi broke it down to me and said, don't ever do that. Because when you have to trust your emotional gut to create the voice for the character.
Yeah.
And not the other way around. You can't be saying कि मैं अब इस आवाज में बात करूंगा तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा. That's fake, and that's working outside in. Whereas you can work inside out, where you use the emotional response of the character, of him being in that situation to create the voice for the character. Now, of course, if you're blessed with a great voice, amazing. It's like being blessed with great looks, or blessed with certain great things that you have. That is a given. But if you're going to try and say कि नहीं मुझे वो आवाज चाहिए, then if you're an entertainer and you're a superhero, then of course in dubbing you can take care of it. But if you are going to do a good serious role, and if you're going to think like in the dubbing, I will add a little bass, I'll add thoda, a little bit more extra, it will sound fake. Absolutely. It will sound fake. So I think, very important, as you said, to be invested in the craft and in the right craft. Not looking at it from the outside, but looking at it as an internal process. Once you understand that it's an internal process that creates the craft also. And external is nice for children. Okay, खेलने के लिए. अच्छा अभी ये करो वो करो, and nice अभी अच्छा है ये. But if you really want to grow as an artist, you need to start with the outside, start with the externals. Eventually you have to go into a very deep process where it comes from within. It's inside out.
True.
You can start from outside in by imitating people, by imitating voices, imitating actors, imitating expressions, fine. But after that, you have to, once your body, your face has been enough, twisted, and the muscles have worked in various directions imitating people, then if the body has enough rigor and exercise of the external exercises, but then your internal emotions can then also create various lovely, beautiful, original pieces of work for yourself, which becomes your identity.
So nice of you to say, and that's so important for people to understand, for artists especially, your own identity.
So, and if you're a beginner, it's fine to copy. It's fine. Because as a child also, how do we learn? We look at our mommy, daddy, and that's how we learn. Copy, so we learn all by copying. Yes. All of us are copycats. We learn beginning mein, shuruaat mein, you have to look at the teacher. You can't say ki nahi, I am God-given talent.
No, true.
No, first copy. After you copy the right people, of course. The right people. Don't copy the bad people, because if you start copying the bad people, then unlearning that is a big problem.
Is a big problem. Yeah.
So sometimes it's more easy to teach somebody with a clean slate than somebody who's already learned it wrong.
Oh God, yes. Somebody who's learned it wrong is a nightmare to teach. And art, what you're saying essentially means that art is basically meditation. Any art form is basically meditation.
You get lost. You get lost. See, there's a very beautiful line, Vikram, that Osho had said, and that has always stuck in my head. He said, dance in such a way that only the dance remains and the dancer disappears. That nobody remembers ki tu kaun, kisne nacha, but only the joy of that movement, that energy has to stay, because that vibe, that will stay in the universe. This body and this name, after a few years, will die. But the vibrational quality of it should remain in the universe.
मेरा काम हो गया. मुझे आज की पंचलाइन मिल गई. इतनी खूबसूरत बात कही है आपने. It was an absolute delight talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey folks, all of you who are watching, जो सभी जो श्रोता हैं जो सुन रहे हैं देख रहे हैं उनको मैं ये मेरी गुजारिश है कि आप लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करें for Wake Up and Shine. So this is a fantastic YouTube channel and that promotes a lot of true positivity, not fake positivity. True positivity, सच्ची जो लोग जो अलग-अलग लाइफ से जुड़ी हुई बातें चल रही हैं. And I think at these times, especially post-COVID time, it's so important to realize the importance and value of channels like this, which talk about these topics so openly. So thank you, and all those who are interested in motivating themselves, this is a fantastic channel to subscribe to. So please like and subscribe and share.
Thank you so much, Terence. It was wonderful. It was a pleasure talking to you. Wake Up and Shine YouTube channel पर ये थे Terence Lewis. अगर पसंद आई हमारी बातचीत और एक चीज जो है वो जो टेरेंस ने कही है, that's a quote. तो ध्यान से सुने आप, please. And especially for the artists and especially for people who want to make a career out of performing arts, not only dance but performing arts, उनके लिए टेरेंस के शब्द जो हैं वो रामबाण का काम करेंगे. Terence Lewis, thank you so much for talking to us. It was a pleasure.